Hi, Greg Chick, Ramona's Plumber here. In this video I'm going to show you how to make a PVC pipe repair where there's very little movement available in the pipe in very tight quarters. I'll demonstrate using a slip fix fitting. It's cheap and easy and strong, takes a high pressure, but it can't be done underwater, it has to be dry, and it requires about an hour curing time because it takes solvent joining PVC cement. Here on our rig we have this pipe strapped down so we can get a good example of what it's like to work in a tight quarters. This is a simulated crack in the pipe, and so we're going to take the crack section out. Somebody put a pick through it or something. These fittings here are designed to go in between a section that you've cut out, like a broken pipe, and slip out, and that's why they call it the slip fix. Good thing about this is that it works on a little better pressure than the compression fittings do, and another thing is you don't have to move the pipe or anything else. It extends to cover the pipe as needed, using the solvent joining cement here and cutting out the right amount. And how you measure the right amount is you take the coupling and you completely collapse it with another coupling on the end, and you take out enough pipe in between so that there's enough room to get this fitting in, because all you then do is slide it onto the pipe. So we measure how much we'll need to take out to get this fitting in here, from this end all the way to this end right here, and then we make a cut. And if you want a good joint, you got to do it right. You got to chamfer the ends of the pipe so that the sharp edge of the plastic doesn't push the solvent to the end of the fitting. You do both ends, and you can see my video on this site about joining PVC. And we stick the fitting in here, and what we'll do is we'll use primer on this part and primer on this part, but we won't let the primer go in there and puddle up inside this mechanism. You want to be real careful about that on this end of a slip fix fitting, because there's an O-ring in there. On this end, you can just put the primer in and the solvent and then glue it on. What you want to do is, when you primer this and you primer this and this and this, and then solvent this and this and this and this, within 45 seconds you want to take this, put it in here, stick it on the pipe with about a third of a turn. Once you got that on there, you still got a few seconds left. You pull this forward and slide it on about a third of a turn as you're pushing it on. If you want to make sure that you push it on all the way, in both cases, you mark with a pencil how far that would be, so that when you get to the end you can see your mark. And that way you can assure that you've pushed it on all the way on both sides. Thanks for watching. Can you do it? Yes, you can, and I can help. For more information, go to DIYplumbingadvice.com.